Welcome to the real world. This is Chaotic Crypto. It's where we defy tyranny. I'm really digging these glasses right now, so I want to keep on with the Matrix routine. Um, so we got a good pump with crypto. Bitcoin's at 17.8, 17, 7 in that range, which is really good. That's at our previous low. If we could reclaim that, um, we'll be looking very good. Uh, So basically, what triggered a lot of this was we had an inflation reading that was lower, which means the Fed interest rates have been working, which is very likely to mean that they're going to ease up on the interest rates very soon. Hopefully, we get something less than 0.5, but that's what's already baked in. He'll likely stay with that. Um, but basically, that's we got that, and we got Sam Bankman-Fried just got put in jail. Thank God. Hopefully, he doesn't get Epsteined, which he likely will, or he'll probably get you got to wonder about the timing. He was actually going to be testifying to Congress today, and then the day before they arrest him. That's very strange. Very strange. Um, Timing and everything. Got to wonder how deep the rabbit hole really goes. Are they protecting him, or are they trying to get him to hush up before even more incriminating things come to be? Absolutely insane. Crazy times. But yeah, I could see us. I was running the numbers yesterday, and like every time we've had this weekly RSI cross right here, we get a 40% pump. So very likely, see how the blue is above the red? That means bullish activity. And the last two crosses have been 40% runs. So with that in mind, we could take the measure tool. I did it yesterday. I want to do it again. Um, I don't have very many subscribers, and if you are watching this, please hit the like and hit subscribe. Feel free to leave a comment, any kind of suggestions or, criticisms, constructive, please. So a 40% increase will actually put us at about 23,000, and that would be on par. And I could see that happen by Christmas or New Year or something, the first week in January. After that, I could see us consolidating a bit more, unless we get even more bullish news. Say if like Voyager or Celsius gets bought out, FTX gets bought out, which I think all of this is really kind of culminating into that. I think the big players like Goldman Sachs, I think the big banks are going to come in. The centralized players, the exchanges are going to come in and buy these distressed assets, and it'd be for the best, but it's kind of bad for decentralization. DeFi is definitely the going to be the winner at the end of this day. Decentralization is key. I keep on preaching that, but that is power corrupts. Centralized power, if it's too concentrated, it's extremely evil. Look at Sam Bankman-Fried. Look at any dictator ever. Like, it's pretty obvious that when there's too much power in one area, it gets corrupted and manipulative. And the more I guess more of a democracy kind of thing that we have, the more of a republic thing we have, the better. And I think that's why the U.S. probably has done so well over the last 300 years, and that's why Greece did so well, and even Rome during the Republic. So, like, hopefully we don't mess this up. The sad thing is that everything comes to an end. Every 300, 400 years, a dictator would come, even from a historical standpoint, in Rome every 300 years or so, it went from a republic to an empire and an imperial republic. It's like every few hundred years things change. So like I kind of wonder, U.S. is at that 300 mark. I wonder if something drastic is going to change. It almost seems like we've been almost like in a dynasty, and the Clintons and then the Bushes, and then it's just these families are too powerful, and it's just not to get on a huge rant there. But back to crypto. So zooming out, I made this LA wave pattern, and I think it's just very likely. We need to understand patience is the big thing right now. Coming out, it's 24,000. Maybe we go 26, 27,000. But regardless, up until spring, we're not going to really see probably any crazy price action. Maybe 30,000 by then. Then we'll probably come back down and retest, 20K again. You got to expect that once we blast through these areas. And it's possible that we just go with slow accumulation as well. So, but a lot of that's going to depend on the fundamentals. How long is it going to take for Voyager and Celsius and FTX to iron out? Like a lot of the ways that I was buying my crypto was through Voyager in the last, bull market. Like, we have to have these exchanges to create a bull market so people could buy this stuff. I mean, we have Coinbase, we have Crypto.com, Binance. Hopefully, those companies are okay. Coinbase seems to be pretty fine, but like, if there's no way to buy these assets, then there's no way for a bull market to even happen. So it's just interesting. But yeah, regulation will probably come in, and the big players will start coming in. And major ETF will probably be released in the next cycle. But we'll see. We'll see kind of what happens. One thing I wanted to touch on, back to the whole patience thing. I mean, we've been in this downtrend for. I mean, I don't really even consider that a peak. And my portfolio personally did not peak. It peaked here. And unfortunately, I was working in the desert 60 hours a week, and I didn't take any profit. I was looking at a time base, and I was like, oh, we're going to have at least another high. And we did, but I unfortunately didn't take enough profit then either. But my portfolio topped out on that first peak. And after that, this was like a kind of just a real dead cat bounce. It should have been kind of like something in here. But it's just interesting. Yeah, we didn't get the market cycle that I was expecting, and I think this next market cycle is going to be closer to the 20 I guess 2017, 2016, 2017 cycle. I think it's going to be something closer to this. It's going to be probably a more of a gentle rally on up. If I had to guess, I mean, if we're, let's say, we're probably in here. I can see us rallying up. This would be Christmas, right? This would be our Christmas rally. Rally up, come back down, start swinging back up. Make that cup and handle formation. That's very, very common in crypto. And then we start bullying up, and then a slow accumulation on up. I think something like that is more possible in this next run up. We'll see. Again, it's just it's hard to know. But what we have really, I mean, I was looking at the charts, and what I do is I look at a lot of patterns, and this looks like a Wycoff accumulation, and I touched on that in the last my last video, and we had a daily Wycoff accumulation that ended up being a huge rally last summer, not this past summer, the summer before, summer 2021. Let's see, wrong indicator, but just this Wycoff ended up in a 80, almost 100% rally, something like rudimentarily 110% rally. Okay, now that's on the daily chart. That's a little more aggressive, so that's why I'm going to stretch this out to the next cycle, and it'd be a very rudimentary way of looking at this. But let's just see with the completion of this Wycoff, a similar move. Let's see, I said 110, 120, and that takes us to the 30, 32K level. I mean, it's very possible that we get that, and I'll show you this pattern that I'm looking at. This is a very optimistic view of what could happen. But here's the Wycoff distribution or accumulation pattern, and what I guess the key ingredient of this is actually I don't know if this is recent. This is what I've been looking at. I didn't actually even look at this before, but we had the lower low accumulation, and we're about right in here. Now I actually just had to pull up here, but it's very likely that we're going to get a swing up. And like, let's see if we can find a better example here. I posted it on my community chat, so feel free to take a look at that as well. I want to find a better example here. Yeah, something like this. Very likely to have a situation like this where we're coming up, right, we're right here, right? So come up, we pull up to that 24, 20, or just 21, 22K level, consolidate. Say that's Christmas time right there, and then right after Christmas we pull up, you know, to right there. That'll put us 24, 25,000. Pull back again, go to 30K. That'd be very aggressive. I mean, and I'm not saying that can't happen. I just don't want to expect these things, but that that would it could certainly happen. It would be over probably a couple months period of time. So all we need is some bullish activity. Voyager gets bought out. Celsius gets bought out. XRP case resolved. So each of these things, or these bullish events, are going to help propel crypto to new highs into the next bull market. I mean, first thing we need to do is actually get back into these levels and keep getting this accumulation. And the real bull market doesn't start until we get above 60K. But I mean, what defined this bear market was over leveraging 3 years capital, Voyager going down, Celsius going down, FTX. These are all been in exchanges that have gone down. And that's been the definition of our bear market, pretty much. Yeah, the macro was bad. Exchanges, or like interest rates were, causing a lot of this issue. But I think the damage is mostly done. I mean, how much more? How it could be worse, but I think this is it. So I'm really thinking we're on a bottom out. It might get real boring, and maybe these bullish pumps don't happen yet, and it could be another 6 months up till spring or summer before we get real bullish, or maybe even fall next year. But I don't think that, because this has been such a heavy decline, and because it's very it's just a giant falling wedge pretty much, and falling wedges tend to break out aggressively. This is, if I can get this back, yeah. I mean, falling wedges tend to be very aggressive when they break out. If this thing can get this thing going, there we go. And let's take a closer look. It's a very rudimentary falling wedge, but I mean, we're right at that breakout level. And I guess the key to look for, we really want to get to the 18, 19K level. This is an old price target. We did make it to the price target, 17.5 to 18K. We made it to the price target. So if you were looking at that, this could be where you'd want to take some profit. But I think this is just the beginning of this run. But we really want to break out of this 18K level, and this previous resistance becomes support, as well as we can hope. Yeah, I was on the log, so sometimes you have to finesse these things a little bit. But again, this is a trading view. It's been very user friendly. You can buy, but it's actually for free. If you want more than 3 indicators at the same time, you have to pay. So yeah, we just got to break out of the 18, 19K level and reclaim that, and then it could be real aggressive. But I veer on the side of caution, especially these days. Expecting 30 or 40 or 50K by the next 3-6 months is just, you don't want to expect it. I think it could certainly happen within 2023 at some point, probably the end. But just getting into the 20K level, I think, would be very, very positive. But yeah, that's about all I wanted to talk about so far, or at least tonight. Wycoff, SBF is arrested. Everyone is like, I've noticed the YouTubers are all kind of breathing sighs of relief now that that's all over. And I think the poison has been drained. I think it's been sucked out of the wound, and now we can get back to business and fixing what's been going on. It's amazing that one guy caused all that damage, and there's a lot of evidence to suggest that he was the cause of Voyager and Celsius. So absolutely insane. Very exciting, terrifying times we're living in. Anyway, check back in tomorrow. We'll see what the interest rate hikes, what happens there, and catch up then. All right. Stay cool and hodl. Peace.